This is science class of class 5. In my previous video, we had learnt about accidents due to fire, its prevention, safety during the fire accidents, and what is first aid. In this video, we will learn about first aid if clothes catch fire, first aid for burns, first aid for wounds, and finally first aid for sprains and fractures. So let's begin. First aid if clothes catch fire. First, what we should do is cover the person with a thick blanket, carpet or rug. This will cut off the air supply and also help in putting out the fire. Next, we should make him or her lie down at once and roll on the ground. So, this is the first aid that we should provide to a person whose clothes catch fire. Next, first aid for burns. In case of burn due to heat. Number 1 is in case the burn is small, the skin becomes red and no blisters are formed. In such cases, we should wash or put the burnt area under running cold water so that the skin can cool, and then we can apply antiseptic cream over the burnt area. In the next picture we can see the burn has formed blisters. We should never break the blisters. Instead, we should place a clean cloth over the burnt area to protect it from flies or dust and to prevent it from infection. Then, we should piece a cloth dipped in paste of baking soda and water on the burnt area. In the next picture we can see the burn is severe. We should take that person to the doctor immediately and give him lot of water to drink. Next, we will come to the chemical burns. In case of chemical burns, we should thoroughly wash the burnt area under running water. Then remove the clothing or accessory from the area, if any. Then we should cover the burnt area with clean dry dressing. And finally, consult the doctor with information about the chemical. Next, we will come to the first aid for wounds. In case of minor wounds, we should first clean our hands with soap and water before treating. Then we should wash the wound with water, clean the wound with mild antiseptic solution like Dettol to carefully remove the dust particles from it. And if there is bleeding, we can apply ice on the wound to stop it. Lastly, we can apply an antiseptic cream over the wound, cover it with gauze and tie a bandage. But in case of major wounds, we should try to stop the bleeding by tying a tight bandage above the wound. Clean the wound and cover it with a piece of cloth. And rush the person to the doctor, as the wound may require stitches or an injection may be needed to be given to the patient to prevent tetanus. Now, what is tetanus? Tetanus is also known as lockjaw, and it is a serious but preventable disease. Tetanus affects body's muscles and nerves, and the germs of tetanus enter the body through the open wounds. Now let's come to the first aid for animal bites. The bites of animals like dogs, cats, monkeys can cause a dangerous disease called rabies. Now, rabies is a kind of brain disease which is caused by rabies virus. It is a fatal condition which is caused by the result of being bitten by the infected animal. And this disease causing virus spreads through the animal saliva after the animal bite. And vaccination is available for rabies, which helps to fight the disease. But what are the following steps that we need to follow in case of animal bites? We should wash the bitten area with running water so that the saliva is washed off. Then we should apply an antiseptic cream over the bitten area and visit the doctor. Now, what is the first aid for insect stings? Bees and wasps can sting a person. We should first remove the sting by scraping the skin surrounding the stinger until the stinger is removed. Then wash the area thoroughly and finally apply baking soda on the sting area in case of bee bite. But in case of a wasp bite, we can apply vinegar or lemon juice. Next, we will come to the first aid for snake bites. The bites of poisonous snakes can cause death. Therefore, a person bitten by a snake needs immediate treatment because the poison injected by the snake rapidly travels through the blood and affects his heart and nervous system. So what are the steps in case of a snake bite? We should first tie a cloth tightly above the wound so that the spread of the poison is slowed down by reducing the flow of blood, and finally we should rush to the nearest hospital. Now let's come to the different steps in sprain. Now let's first understand what is sprain. A twist in the joint or ankle is resulting in a sprain, and sprains are very painful. So we should soak the sprained area in cold water, then tie an elastic bandage to keep the area from moving, and finally apply ice packs on the area till the swelling subsides. Next, we will come to the case of a fracture. In case of a fracture, we can tie a splint above and below the fracture. It should be tied with a bandage or a piece of cloth at 2 to 3 places to prevent movement of the broken bone and further dislocation. It can also be supported by a sling, that is a piece of cloth tied around the neck which supports the broken arm. And finally, he should be taken to the hospital. If the splint is not available, we can take help of cardboards, newspapers, rulers, sticks for the same purpose. But if a leg is broken, we should call an ambulance immediately and rush to the hospital. So students, we have learnt about first aid if clothes catch fire, first aid for burns, first aid for wounds, and first aid for sprains and fractures. Please solve the questions that are there in the worksheet, and if you have any doubts, we can definitely discuss. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you.